So, welcome to another coffee tasting in central London, going to places so you don't have to go struggling around to find the best coffee places in London. Now, we're here at Coffee Island, and the reason we're here at Coffee Island is, well, it's late on a Sunday. And what's really funny is everyone's watching. It's one of those ones this evening where not only the barista's watching, and I'll tell you more about that in just a couple of seconds, but also people are sitting on the adjacent tables who are taking headphones off to listen to what's going on as well. So it certainly is one of those evenings, and there's an annoying fly hanging around as well. Anyway, this is quite an interesting one because I wanted to see what's open at late on a Sunday in London. When I say late on a Sunday, anything after about 6 o'clock in London on a Sunday is, well, it's sort of after hours, if you know what I mean, because Sunday trading, etc. Well, I found this place. This is Coffee Island. Now, Coffee Island is on Upper St Martin's Lane. That fly, I tell you, you might see death happening very, very shortly this morning. Anyway, it's in Upper St Martin's Lane, which is where 5 Acres meets St Martin's Lane, Upper St Martin's Lane, and it's literally just down the road from Seven Dials, which, as you know, is one of those fantastic places that we go to quite often in London. So let's see what the coffee likes here. Now, I must come back and tell you about my cup in just a second, but we're here. As you can see, I've got a coffee. I've also got, sort of a brownie with, I think, nuts and honeycomb and all the rest of it in there. So we'll see what that's like in just a couple of seconds as well. But I'm interested to find out what the coffee is like because, once again, we like to go to these independent places. So places like, avoid places like Starbucks, Nero's and all the rest of it. And believe you me, I've walked out to the station here at Leicester Square because Leicester Square is the nearest tube station. And funnily enough, there is a Prayer, there's a Cafe Nero, there's all sorts of stuff there. So, you've got that. But then when you turn the corner and head towards Seven Dials, from Leicester Square tube station, there it is on the left-hand side. Anyway, put a map at the beginning. And I must remember to do that more often so it gives you an idea. But if you're in the centre of London, Leicester Square and the rest of it, this is down the road. But let's see how the coffee fares before we give out a recommendation to come down here. Now, over the past few weeks, we've had some really good ones and we've had some average ones. So it'll be good to see how Coffee Island here on Upper St Martin's Lane fares. Shall we? Come on, let's do it. So, first of all, as you can see, it's in the paper cup. And that's the story. I'll tell you about that in a couple of seconds. Let's do a bit of tasting first. Right, so first of all, the aroma. Let's go for the aroma on the coffee. Yep, there's certainly an aroma in there. But it's one of those sort of clearing out aromas, but it's not overly strong. And it's funny because in recent videos, you guys can tell if it's going to be a really, really good coffee or not, certainly from the film that's sitting above it. So, as far as the aroma is concerned, it's certainly a different sort of aroma. I can almost smell an ammonia in that. But let's just dig a little bit deeper for the aroma. It's quite a large coffee, by the way, as you can tell from my hands. And Leslie, I know you're an expert and looking to see what the size of the coffee is like. And it's still quite hot, so this could be one of those burning sensation coffees. We wait and see. Right, let's go for the aroma first before. So the aroma, let's go back. There's a slight trace of something, but it's very hard to tell. So, as I'm having to work really, really hard to get the smell on that one and get the aroma, do you know what? I'm going to go for a 2 on that because there is an aroma. And I don't know if it's one of those where it sort of loses aroma as it goes through, but I'm certainly giving the aroma a 2 on that one. Right, let's go for the taste. Now, first of all, we start off with the acidity. What is the acidity? And also, what is the sweetness like? Let's give that a go. Right, there is a slight trace of fly, because that is absolutely driving potty. As far as the acidity goes, there is a bit of acidity on the tongue, and it is staying there. The question is it a pleasant acidity, or is it sort of a kicking one? No, it's quite a subtle acidity. So on the acidity, yeah, I'm gonna give the acidity a 3, because It's not the best one, but it's certainly not the worst. I mean, there is an acidity there that's sort of hanging in your tongue. And I can still got it there, but it's not horrible. Okay, so it's not horrible. So that's one of those. So that's the acidity. Right, sweetness. Let's just go for that again. Right. On the sweetness, a little bit of sweetness on that, not too much. But there is a little bit on there. So I think once again on that one, I'm going to go for a 3 on that one. And I think we're going to have a middle of the line of coffee. Right, now's the time to share. So what's really interesting is I've got the baristas watching me because they can see the cameras out and they can see me talking and they can see me supping at coffee, so they can see what's going on there. But when I came in, he said to me, he's like, right, this place is open till 8. It's about 6:30 in the evening, so you've got a bit of time. So I ordered my coffee to have it in, and it was delivered in a paper cup. And I said to the guy behind, oh, I'm having it in, can I have a cup? And he said, sorry, we're running out of mugs. Now that would have been great if the mugs weren't actually piled up on top of the coffee machine. Yeah, so we'd done the coffee already, put it in there, wasn't asking for a new one, wanted it to go into a mug, but I've got it in a paper cup. So it's the first time I've ever done this, but actually, because he blatantly lied and done that after done the coffee, and I think the technical term is couldn't be bothered, although I can think of other bits on there, I'm actually going to take a point away. Now, I've not done that before because I get it and washing up, etc. But there were mugs available. And when I look around the restaurant, other people sitting here, quite a lot of them have got mugs as well. So actually, let's get -1 for us. So there you go. That's going on there. First time we've done that, but there you go. I'm testing, got the storing on it. Customer service, if it was a bit better, well, there you go. Anyway, it'll be interesting to see how it goes because with everyone watching, it'll be interesting to see what happens once I put the camera off. Okay, so we have done the aroma, we have done the acidity, and we've done the sweetness as well. We're going to go for the body. Now, the body will be an interesting one because just looking at the body, what we'll do is we'll do a camera one on that one. So let's just grab the camera and let's see what the body's like. Now, that's the body. It's not overly, well, it's not wholly convincing. It's producing a bit of film around it. As far as that is concerned, yeah, it's certainly leaving a sort of realm around there. As far as the consistency of the coffee is concerned, sort of average again. This is a sort of an average coffee. Now, all I would say is, if you're in London on a Sunday night and you've got nowhere else to go, and I can think of a couple of other places, Bar Italia is one that we've covered before. And do you know what? I'm going to put a link to that at the end. But that was before we started doing the scoring of the coffee. So that's certainly one that we're going to have to go back to. But right before it's later tonight, to go and try it. And the coffee was actually gorgeous in there. That could be one to visit and also sitting outside. But I'm going to give the body on that 3 and the finish. Well, good question. The finish on it, it is not disastrous. I would say it's average. I think at best, this is a sort of very average coffee. I'm going to give that a 3 because it's not great shapes, but it's not the worst. So for me, the whole place would be 14, but we're going to take away a mark because of the customer service. So here, Coffee Island, up at St Martin's Lane in the centre of London, just down from Sevendales, gets a total score of 30. That's 1 3 out of 25. So just in case you forgot, the scoring is everything is marked out of 5, so possible is 25 is the highest. So here it gets a 30. Right, we've done that. We're going to have a bit more of a sip of my coffee. I'm going to try we'll try the edible, shall we? Come on, let's give that a go. It's a real shame because I had high hopes because this place really looks nice. It's been done for Halloween. That gives you an idea of when we're shooting this. And actually, looks like it could be a really, really nice place. Just think the coffee could do a bit better. Right, let's go for the... Now this, in effect, feels like a very thick and a heavy brownie. Now, the problem is, it's quite hot. And I don't know if it's designed to be hard or if it's just sat out all day. Yeah. I'll tell you something. Once you get in, it is extremely chocolatey. If you've got a sweet tooth, this you won't be disappointed. Although if you've got a nut allergy, you might be on the way to hospital. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the coffee tasting. A couple of bits. Number one, I've got a QR code at the end. If you fancy supporting the channel and getting a name shout, do buy us a coffee. Scan the QR code and we'll give you a name shout. And the other thing is, we've got more coffee tastings coming. Very soon we've got coffee tasting with a few of our subscribers, which is brilliant. If you fancy being one of those and come and do a coffee tasting with me, then all you need to do is let me know in the comments down below when you're in London, and we can see if we can get the diaries to match up. Actually, that's quite nice. But it's one of those that certainly could take some time to digest, and I think if I eat it all, one, I won't be able to eat anything else at the night, and two, I've got a funny feeling I'm going to be feeling sick. But anyway, very rich, but it's very nice. So yeah, do let us know if you're coming to London and you fancy doing a coffee tasting with us. But anyway, from Coffee Island in the upper St Martin's Lane to your mug, I wish you a great one. And thanks so much for watching. Catch you soon on the next coffee tasting. And I'm going to leave you right at the end here with a place that I mentioned earlier, which was Bar Italia, which is, well, it's got its own history, and it's in Soho, right in the heart of Soho, and open very, very late. If you fancy a late coffee, enjoy the video. See you in there. Bye.